Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Hello and welcome to Money on the Floor. I'm here to help you pick it up. Talking about arbitrage, talking about crypto trading, talking about trading in general. It's what I do. It's what I love to do. It's what I do all day long. Anyway, it's a crazy life, but I love it. We still got the coin, 0.057. Yep, still a firm believer that we're going to get Trade Pro and things are going to take off. I know my last video I was a little down because, things get to me too. Just I know this has so much potential and I just hate waiting. I mean, I'm a trader. I like action. I like to make money. I like to make things happen. I also like to teach. I like to teach all my friends. I like to teach anybody that listens to me. Because to teach is to learn. That's when you really get better. That's how life is. But right now, things are doing good. We're still waiting. Come over here. My account's growing. I can't complain. I got tokens waiting. I can't complain. So, I mean, things are good. What's that coin been doing? I haven't really noticed lately. Just hovering right around in there. Okay. Just checking. I haven't looked for a while. Thought I better look. Sometimes things happen, you don't know it. Let's go over to Trade Pro. Let's see what's happening over there. Right now, nothing. My internet's so slow, it's driving me crazy. Probably got too many things running in the background. Here we go. Man, look at this over here. Everything's green. The way it should be. Green, green. Wow, it's even better than before. I mean, this is almost all green. Just like maybe 8 red. That's it. If that. That's nice seeing all green day. It's what we need. We come over here and you look at ETH and Bitcoin. And you see it had that big sell off towards ETH. And then back towards Bitcoin. Well, see, it's Ethereum to the top, Bitcoin to the bottom. Sorry. So we're going towards Bitcoin. Now we're going towards ETH. Now we're going back towards Bitcoin. Let's get it right if we're going to talk about it, right? So for the last 2 days, we've had bearish candles. Let's take it down an intraday because nobody can really trade off of this because this is a whole day. And who trades like that? Warren Buffett does. Oh, I know. You come down where you can see it. You can see what it's been doing. We were in a triangle. We broke to the bottom. Now we're doing like a flag, and it looks like we're going to have it. This is a continuation, which usually means once it breaks this, it's going to sell. Now on this, once you know you're in a flag, you like to buy towards the top up in here, and then put another position on when it breaks out, or comes back and retests to break out. It's usually how people like to do it. Then you trade it for whatever this is. You trade it down to here, which would be down in here someplace, if that's what it is. But a lot of times, you got to look at support and resistance. You got to look at there's a lot of things involved. Are we in a trend? Not in a trend. I mean, are we in a box? I mean, how are we trading? Is this the floor? If this is resistance right here and this is a strong floor, it's going to come down here and try to go through and say, forget it, we're going the other way. So you never trade something like this into resistance. You got to wait till it breaks it. So you can put a position on here. You can put one when it comes out of this. You got resistance here, which is a ceiling, or it'll be a floor. Sorry. So if this is a floor, you got to break through the floor before you go in the basement. So once it breaks through, retest, then go. That's when you want to trade this. So very important. Sometimes I look at things too, and I got to re-go through it in my head. But that's just me thinking as I'm looking at it. That's how you would trade that. Let's go over to Bitcoin US dollar. Take a look. So definitely Bitcoin's getting stronger. Now you can see it right there, 2.65. ETH is only up a little bit. So Bitcoin US dollar, we have 1, 2, 3 bear candles. But we got one that's showing signs of indecision. It's a spinning top so far, or a doji. So if we get a bull candle, to me, I'd be buying that because that would be Japanese candlesticks. So that's all I'd be looking at that one. Now you got to find support resistance. You got resistance here. We got a ceiling. Now it becomes the floor. So it's gonna if it's gonna go down, it's got to break through this, go down, and then come back retest, and then go. And don't buy until it goes, starts selling. And make sure you got volume. That's another good thing. So there's a lot of ways to look at that. Now, if you put it on here, you could do the trend line. Put a trend line across this. You get a break, a retest, a go. You can trade it that way. There's so many things you can do here. It's crazy. But you got to find support resistance. You got resistance down here. So what used to be the ceiling is now the floor. So once you break through, be careful when you get down to this point because it might have a hard time going through. It could bounce and go back up. You never know. You got to be ready for both directions all the time. It's crazy. Now, you need to know, are you trending? Are you not trending? Are you, your support resistance? So, I mean, you got to know how to do that. Now, let me bring down an MT4 chart. Just it's easier to look at. Now, you can rely on indicators alone, which tells you you're trending, you're trending up. This is a 20 moving average right here. So you're bouncing above all this. I believe it was a 20. Yeah, 20. So it's 20 moving average. So you're bouncing above all this. Once you break through, now you're starting to sell. Now you know you got a sell trade. Now you can use indicators or you could do it by yourself. You don't have to use anything here. Let me show you. Let me go back. Let me get a new chart up here. What are we on? Bitcoin yet? So here's a new chart. I don't like grids. I hate grids. So now let's make this a little bit bigger. You can actually see the candles a little bit. Let's put them on candle. There we go. Now, how do you know when this is trending? Is it just because it's going up? So you got to have your support and resistance. So where do you find that at? So you see right here, we come off of here. So you got support down here, but this is the bottom. It's pretty obvious. So you know you got one down here it's bouncing off of. It's going to come up. It's going to come back down and retest. So you got some there. So you got right here, you got two spots that were retested. Boom. Then from here we shoot up. Now you got to have at least 2 to 3 spots. I like at least 3. So you got here, you got all these candles in here. You got that one. So you got a resistance there. And then from here, we're going to have a big break all the way up to here. If you look up into here, it's been testing all this. You got support and resistance right there. This is a very strong one here. Then you're going to come up again. You're going to come back and retest. You got 1, 2. All this here is another support and resistance. So it's bouncing up around here. You can call it a shelf. You can call it whatever you want. Could be a head and shoulders. You never know. There's many things this could be. So the thing is, you got to see what it's doing. Now you can put trend lines through here. You can say, okay, we're in a buy. So if I come from here and I put a trend line through there, look what happens. We're right there on that trend line. So we had a break of it, and right now we're following the bottom of it. So that's even more information. That's trend lines right there. Now, how do you know when you're going up? So if you're in a, if you're trending, you're going to keep coming down here, hitting the bottom, keep making higher highs and higher lows, right? So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. How do you know when it's not any good? What was the last one we have? That was this one right here. We came up, retested. That's this resistance. Now, as long as we're up into here, we're still trending. This is going sideways, but we're still trending. You can't say the trend is gone yet. When is it gone? When it violates that right here. When it breaks below here and closes, that's a violation of the trend. The trend has just ended. So now we're in a downtrend. And we go down, we come back up. So you're going to go the opposite now. So until we got this spot here, and you got this spot here. So now you got, let's put some lines on here. You got right here. And you got right here. So we made a lower low, and then we made a higher high. Now, we haven't really made the high yet. We haven't done it. Well, right here you could have. And then you came back down. Now, when is this over? When this is broken up here. And we go past this up here. So we broke this to invalidate it. So once we go past up here, this was like if you're coming down, this is a shelf. Once you pass this up here, now you broke it again. So right now, we don't know anything. we know that it's trying to go down. We know it went from an uptrend to sideways to a downtrend, to a possible downtrend. We don't know if it is a downtrend yet. This would have to continue down and go lower if it's going to be a downtrend, and then go lower high, lower low, lower high, until it finally comes back and breaks something. So right now it's showing just indecision. We're in a triangle. This could break out of here and go all the way up and then start back in an uptrend, or it could go just keep continuing into a downtrend. Right now we just have indecision. That's all this is. Now just remember, anytime it's a triangle, when they break out, they explode. So that's where your profit will be made, either direction. So you understand now why trend lines are important. You know what when you're in an uptrend, what an uptrend is now. It's going to be higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. When's it broken? Once it's broken, all because we're going sideways up here, it never broke. You had a penetration through, here it broke, and it stayed under. Now we violated it. That's how you know. After that, if this didn't violate it and this started going up, I'd be wanting to buy, because we're still in the uptrend. As long as we don't break this line, I'm all buys. Now, I'm going to be looking for sells. But right now, we're looking for buy or sell, because this could go either way. So that's how I look at it, and that's how a professional trader would look at it. And you can do this on any time frame. You know, if you're a bank trader, you'd be on a 1 hour or 4 hour or in a day chart. But us, we're like using 1 hour to 15 minutes. So I think 1 hour is going to be the best, because that's what the bankers are looking at. That's where they're going to decide their structure and what they're doing. That's what this one right here is, 1 hour. You can go to a 15-minute chart if you want to trade smaller. It's still going to give you the same information, just got more candles in it. So you have to make it smaller to get all that information out. It's still the same shelf, all is still the same. It's just that you have more candles to look at. That's all. It's all the same thing. Still the same stuff. Nothing changes. Nothing changed. Only just the time frame. We just have more candles to look at. Now you might get a decision quicker on this sometimes. Sometimes I'll go down to a 15-minute just to get my entries and exits, but that's about it. Other than that, I stay pretty much in the 1 hour. A long time ago, I used to even trade the 5 minutes, but you talk about craziness. You go to a 5-minute chart, look at that. You get tons of candles in here. You'd have to get really small to even figure out what's going on. They don't even go small enough. So it's hard to trade that. So anyway, we went over enough right now. So I'm just trying to give you stuff to help you instead of depressing you. Because right now we're waiting for Trade Pro, so you got to get ready to trading it. So this will at least tell you if you're an uptrend or a downtrend, if you're consolidating, or things to look at. So I'm always going to try to help you and give you other ideas. So anyway, it's Saturday. I'll try to do another video later. Maybe we can talk about some money management or something else, something fun and productive. All right, guys. Anyway, have a good day. We'll talk to you later. And stay ARB strong. Okay, bye-bye.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.